Hello, seniors and guests. I would like to make an apology for the serious mistake I made in my previous YouTube on Shane Warne and the Australian cricket team in Sri Lanka in 1999. In the description, through error, I had said Shane Warne instead of saying Shane Warne. I'm sorry for that error. No errors on the YouTube itself. Today is a great event and joyful day for the Sri Lankan Seniors who meet once a year through the Sri Lankan Association of New South Wales sponsorship to meet, greet and have a great time, including lavish rice and curry lunch. Enjoy this video footage. Thank you.
So let's welcome Sasani Jayasinghe. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause, please. Importantly, giving us a chance to open up things. Alright, so let me welcome each and every one of you over here, and it's a great pleasure to see you. And most importantly, it's for a day which we all going to remember, a day of celebration, and that belongs to the New South Wales Sri Lanka Association of the New South Wales. And 2022, the month of April, well, you can't ask for a better day. At least no rain, a lovely Saturday. Everyone has a good reason to have that broad smile on your face. Having said that, let me take privilege in congratulating all the youngsters who won those Achievers Award. Congratulations, guys. In fact, when I went to uni, I thought my mom was extending my mental torture beyond the school level. It's only then, once I graduated, went on to do my post-graduation, and I realized the value of education. If not for my parents' guidance and the value of education they implanted in me, I'm sure I will be standing here talking to you all. So remember, the guidance, knowledge, well, it's something that we can never part away from. Having said that, well, let's pay attention to what's going to happen today. The Sri Lanka Association of New South Wales celebration for the year 2022. Every celebration needs to have a little bit of color, something of sacred, also representing Sri Lanka Association of New South Wales. Mrs. Indrani Wijayasekara, can we see her anywhere around here? Forward and what we are witnessing today. So, Rashad, can we have you over here, please?
everyone. Before I start my speech, I would like to give a 1 minute silence in memory of the late Mr. Sunil De Silva, one of our past presidents who has done a lot for this association. 5 times vice president, president 1998-99, and he's also come back to be a committee member for 4 or 5 committees after that. He passed away last year, and I think I will not be doing my duty if I do not have a 1 minute silence in memory of Sunil. Thank you. I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the Sri Lanka Association of New South Wales. A special welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Kevin Connolly, State Member for Riverstone, who is very well known to most of the Sri Lankans and is a very good friend of Sri Lankans. Thank you for Kevin for attending this function on your busy schedule at the moment. Also like to again thank all the past presidents who are here today. Mr. Anand Amanna, Dr. Harold Gunatilaka, Mr. Avinda Paul, Mr. Ajit Karunaratna, Dr. Ruwan Walpola, Dr. Jan Theirabadu, Mrs. Frida Karunaratna, and Professor Shelton Pires. Also, special welcome to Mrs. Bijinda Dugal, founder president of the Asha Foundation, who is present here as well. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you, and we have just concluded a successful HSC High Achievers Award ceremony this morning. Once again, congratulations to all the...
Now, as we are progressing with our agenda, we'd like to take privilege in inviting Mr. Kevin Connolly, State Member of Parliament, Riverstone, to come and share.
Howdy Bhawan, Vanakkam, Assalamu alaikum, and good day everybody. It is a pleasure to be back at a Sri Lankan Association of New South Wales function, and hopefully this year, 2022, is the year that we stay open and we don't have the stop-start experience that we did last year. Because we've missed community, we've missed being able to gather, able to share, able to acknowledge achievement, able to do so many things. And this association in particular has been valuable for the Sri Lankans in New South Wales over all of those years. I think you said 1973. Where people have gone through all the challenges that you face coming from another homeland, trying to set up here, establish careers and family and livelihoods and all of that, with the added tension of troubles back home during that period. And it's been a really valuable association for Sri Lankans in New South Wales, and it's always been for all Sri Lankans. It's always been open to all of the cultures, religions and ethnicities, as we've heard. And that's a really important contribution that this association has made over those years. When I came in and I had the good fortune to catch the end of the student acknowledgement, it's always a pleasure. My role happens to include being Parliamentary Secretary for Education. I'm a teacher by my former career. So it's always valuable to me to acknowledge what young people are doing and what their communities are doing to encourage them in terms of education. Because as we know, education is a great key to opportunity and to a better life. And probably the Sri Lankan community appreciates that more than many, because I've seen in my interactions with this community how you value education, how you promote it, how you overachieve in lots of respects. And many people in your community go on to professional careers because of the value this community places on education. And I know over my time working with various government agencies, I keep bumping into engineers in the roads and transport area or in the water area who are Sri Lankan background people and have acquired very high level engineering skills over the years, and I really respect that. So it's a community that does value education, and I really appreciate that. It's a community that, to my experience, has integrated especially well into Australian culture, has become seamlessly part of our wider community with remarkably little difficulty given the challenges that you did face back in Sri Lanka for so long that could have caused greater difficulty here in New South Wales, but blessedly didn't. And I really appreciate the contribution so many people in positions of leadership from the Sri Lankan community have made to ensure that was the case. It's always been government policy here to try to promote opportunities for people to join in, to participate and become full members of the Australian community from wherever they have come, from whatever country, whatever language and culture they've grown up in, to be able to step into our community and be part of it, to belong to it, and to access fully the opportunities that are here. And I'm so glad that I see that happening with the Sri Lankan community in New South Wales, and so glad that this association has promoted those very goals as well for all of those years. So it is a great pleasure to be back among friends, and I was standing up here and recognised quite a number of these former presidents and other dignitaries, which indicates I've probably been doing this a little bit too long. But in any case, it does feel like coming back amongst friends, and I hope that, as I say, this year is the year that we stay open, that we can mingle, we can mix, we can celebrate, we can acknowledge, we can do all the things that communities like to do without the interruptions we've had over the last 2 years. And I might finish just a slightly sadder, sombre thought, but as part of community, I think we're all feeling for those who've been so ravaged by floods in the last month or so. What happened on the North Coast was absolutely horrendous. It's almost unimaginable in scale. And I know many, many people across the community have been finding ways in which they can contribute to help those people who've suffered so grievously. And I would encourage those sorts of efforts right across the community, whoever's behind them, to make sure that we pull together. And those of us who've enjoyed good fortune are able to share that with others. And I know that's the culture of this community. I know you've done that many times before and you will continue into the future. Thanks very much for having me here today, and I hope you enjoy the occasion.
Thank you very much. Lovely speech, and we greatly appreciate your time as well. Mr. Kevin Connolly, State Member of Parliament, Riverstone.
All right, next. Society, the most immense way. A noble profession. It's not that too many people will be either blessed to be in that, or most importantly, being there and contributing to the society in the field of medicine. This gentleman I'm talking about has done some immense work and is still continuing to do so after several decades of his time in the field of medicine. Let's hear a little bit about him right now. The Royal College of Surgeons in the United Kingdom. He is active in publishing books and articles on health. He writes for over 3 hours every day and spends over 6 hours doing research for his articles. Today, Dr. Gunadilaka is one of the most prolific writers of the medical articles in the world. Harold decided to have his own website created to focus on his 100s of articles and his YouTube video presentations on health. His articles are now carried on numerous community websites, benefiting the readers immensely. Of you, and to be, blessed to be in this situation today, we would like to give you a token memento for all the services what you've carried out to the humanity and to the field of medicine. And we have Salia here, who organized everything. Salia just doesn't stop with just the music arrangement. Anything more is always there. Salia from Event 360. Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger round of applause for Dr. Harold Gunadilaka, please.
There is plenty of food, just
I didn't know you were anything. What's it?
Yeah, they are there. Yes.
Be happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my
Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do, 'cause I know never broken heart. In a come in the other kind.
You can dance, every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile with the man who held your hand beneath the pillow line. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music is fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Let it sing while you're apart. Don't give your heart to anyone.
All right, as we have.
Nene sudah tua, giginya tinggal dua. Let room, let room, let room, oh la la. Let room, let room, let room, oh la la. Let room, let room, let room, oh la la.